Hey guys, my name is John Davies and welcome to this lesson on how to apply the Flam accent rudiment to the drum kit. The first idea is in triplets, so we're going to count this 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. We're starting this with a right-handed flam and we're going to change our voices on every let count of the beat. So it's going to look like this. 1 trip, let, 2 trip, let, 3 trip, let, 4 trip, let. So hopefully you can see that we're starting on the snare drum. On the let count of 1, we're going to move to the small tom. On the let count of 2, we're moving back to the snare drum. On the let count of 3, we're moving to the floor tom. And then the final let of 4 brings us back to the snare drum again. That means that we're able to repeat this exercise round and round. So let's check out 1 bar groove, 1 bar fill. Just note that for the fill idea, I'm just going to substitute that last note for a crash and bass. You'll see it in the demonstration. So we're going to take the exact same idea now and put it through 16th notes. This is what it's going to look like. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1. This is what it's going to sound like really slow. 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Okay, 1 bar groove, 1 bar fill. We are going to start this nice and slow at 50 beats per minute. Okay, the next idea is another fill around the kit. Now, if we play the Flam accent starting with the right hand and try and take it around the kit, because of the nature of the sticking, it makes it pretty hard to do so. However, if we start it with the left-handed Flam, it works really, really well. Just like in the first example, we're going to be changing voices on the let count of each pulse beat. Let's see what this looks like. 1 trip, let, 2 trip, let, 3 trip, let, 4 triplet. So the nature of this sticking enables us to keep circling it around the kit. Let's check this out, see what it sounds like really slow. 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Okay, 1 bar groove, 1 bar fill. Just note that the last note of the fill is in the right hand, which means that when we come back into the groove, we're going to be starting with the left hand. So the crash cymbal is going to be played with the left hand. What I'm going to do as well is the last note of the fill pattern, I'm going to play with the right hand with the crash cymbal and bass. So again, we're going to get that double crash and bass at the end of the pattern. So guys, I hope you're enjoying the lesson. If you are, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And obviously, if you have any comments or questions, just chuck them in the comment section down below. On to the next exercise. Okay, we're going to take the same pattern through 16th notes now. The only difference is we're actually going to start our flam accent with a right-handed flam. So on beat 1, we have our right-handed flam. Then we're going to find that we're going to have our left-handed flam on the R count of 1. And it is at this point that we're then going to start the very same sequence that we just did in triplets. Now, if that doesn't make sense, just watch really closely. I'm going to demonstrate it very slowly. 1, E, and R, 2, E, and R, 3, E, and R, 4, E, and R1. 3, E, and R, 4, E, and R. So hopefully that makes sense. We're now going to play with 1 bar groove, 1 bar fill, and we're going to start at 50 beats per minute. Okay, in this idea, we are going to be applying accenting on toms concept. So all of the notes are going to be played on the snare drum, except for the main note of the flam is going to be played on the toms. Now, it's important to note here that we are going to be using the flattened flams concept. So if you don't know what flattened flams are, please check out my video, which I've linked in the description, and it will make complete sense. The order in which we're going to play the toms is going to be floor tom, small tom, middle tom, small tom. So in triplets, it's going to sound like this. 3 triplet, 4 triplet. One bar groove, 1 bar fill. Let's start this at 60 beats per minute. Okay, we're going to do the same fill idea now, but in 16th notes, and that is going to look like this. 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A, 1. Okay, 1 bar groove, 1 bar fill, and we're going to start this at 50 beats per minute. Okay, next idea, instead of accenting on toms now, we're going to accent on cymbals. It's exactly the same thing, except this time we're just going to accompany the bass drum on that main beat. One bar groove, 1 bar fill, starting at 60 beats per minute. Great, so the same idea now in 16th notes. The only difference is we're just going to add a couple of crashes on the end just to finish off the fill. 1 bar groove, 1 bar fill. Let's jump straight in at 50 beats per minute. So next we're going to make a groove out the flam accent. Remember that we are flattening the flams, so there are no actual flams in it. It's all unison, all layered, all together. Really, really important. For this one, really straightforward. We're going to put a right hand on the hi-hat, left hand on the snare drum. No need to demo this. I'm just going to go straight in at 60 beats per minute. Here we go. Okay, we're going to take the same idea now. We're going to put it through 16th notes to create a slightly syncopated groove. We're also going to take our right hand and put it on the ride cymbal, so it's going to sound a little bit different. Now this pattern is going to resolve after 3 beats, so we have a choice of what we want to do in the 4th beat. It's really up to you what you want to do, whatever you feel comfortable putting in there. Just for simplicity, I'm just going to put a single stroke roll, so 4 E and between the 2 voices. I'm also going to put a bass drum on beat 4 as well. It'll make sense when I demonstrate it. I'm also going to add the hi-hat with foot on the offbeat 8th notes, just to add a little bit more spice into the groove. If you can do that and you want to do that, you can. Obviously, if you can't or you don't want to, it's up to you. So let's hear what this sounds like at 50 beats per minute. And that's it, guys. There is a few ways in which we can play the Flam accent rudiment on the drum kit. I really hope you've enjoyed the lesson. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And obviously, if you've got any comments or questions, just chuck them in the comment section down below. And with that, I will see you on the next lesson. Cheers.